What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana back at you with another YouTube video. Today we're gonna go over breeding. Now me personally, I am not the biggest fan of breeding Pokemon because I think it takes forever. However, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has literally made breeding as passive as possible, so I'm not gonna lie, even I'm not mad about it. So if you're interested in learning how you can breed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, then just keep on watching, and if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date on the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up if you are a Pokemon fan so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials, so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. And with the holidays right around the corner, if you are still looking for a copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for yourself or a loved one, I have linked copies of them on my Amazon storefront down below as well. But let's go ahead and hop into Breeding 101. Alright, so first things first, you're gonna want to pull the Pokemon that you want to breed out of your boxes and put them with either the opposite gender of that same species of Pokemon or the same egg group, or the easiest way to do it is to put in a Ditto because Dittos breed with everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to my box, and today I am going to breed my Charizard that I got in the Charizard breed. So we're gonna go ahead and put Charizard in the party, and we need a Ditto as well. And if you are trying to breed multiple Pokemon, Ditto will breed with each individual Pokemon. However, today I just want to use Charizard as my example, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out the rest of my team. So now that we just have Charizard and Ditto in our party, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and make a picnic, because in this game, this is where you're gonna get your Pokemon eggs. So you're gonna go ahead and find an open spot and make a picnic. And you'll see that there's a basket on top of the table, which is how you make sandwiches, but we also have this little basket down here. Koraidon, please, kindly. Koraidon's over here protecting the non-existent eggs in here. But in here, you can peek inside this basket, and this is where you're gonna find eggs. So this is more of like a passive thing because you can literally just go AFK and the eggs are gonna spawn there eventually. However, you can also increase the amount of eggs that you get by making a sandwich. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a sandwich that's gonna give me egg power. And there's a ton of different sandwiches that you can choose from to get egg power. For example, this sandwich here is gonna give me egg power level 2, but that's also because I have a sweet herba mystica that I'm able to use. You can also find other sandwich recipes, like for example, this marmalade sandwich does give you egg power level 1. However, I don't have marmalade, so I can't make this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this one with the herba mystica, and it's gonna give us egg power level 2, which is actually great. It's gonna give us a ton of egg power. Pick doesn't matter, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And then after you select your recipe for whatever you want to make, you're just gonna go ahead and put together your sandwich. So let's go ahead and put the ham on the sandwich. These are like super simple, so you don't have to worry about the ingredients falling off and you wasting any important ingredients. Like me, for example, I have herba mystica on here and I do not want to waste that. And we'll put our pick in. And now we have a 3-star sandwich that is going to give us all of our power. So you can see we have Tidal Power Ground, Egg Power Level 2, and Bug Power Level 2. However, we don't really care about the Tidal Power or the Bug Power. We just care about the Egg Power because it's going to give us more eggs. So now basically for the next 30 minutes, you just kind of wait in the picnic. You can go AFK, do whatever you need. Ditto's taking a nap. You can also check periodically to see if there's any eggs. Doesn't look like there's any in there yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my sandwich timer run for the next 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you guys how many eggs are in my basket after that. Okay, so it's been about 20-30 minutes. I didn't actually put a timer because I forgot to, but it has been quite some time. So let's go ahead and check our basket and see what we can find. Okay, so you're gonna have to click yes every single time that you find an egg, and I believe there is going to be a lot of eggs in here, so I might be clicking yes for a hot minute. But as you can see, we have a ton of eggs, and I actually collected a bunch of eggs before I even started recording so that I could try to lessen the amount that I would have to take out of the basket at this point. But let me go ahead and take out all of these eggs from the basket, and then I'll go ahead and show you how many I get after that. Okay, I went ahead and pulled all of the eggs out of the basket, so I'm gonna go to my box now, and it looks like we got about 16 eggs by using a sandwich with level 2 egg power. So these are all of the eggs. So now, next step here is you're gonna wanna get a Pokemon that has flame body. I have this Carkol, which you can actually find Carkol here, where I'm currently standing in the middle of, which is the East Province Area 3, like deserty area. So you can find Karkles just spawning here randomly. I literally caught one right before this video, but you're gonna wanna make sure that it has the Flame Body ability, because Flame Body is actually going to make your eggs hatch faster. So I'm gonna replace Ditto here with the Karkle, and then I'm going to place 5 eggs in my party so that we can start hatching them. And in case you're brand new to hatching eggs, basically at this point, after you put the eggs in your party with the Flame Body Pokemon, you just have to run around because they're just gonna hatch after a certain amount of steps. So now I have placed all 5 eggs here in my party, and I'm quite literally just going to hop on Koraidon and run in circles, because that's all that you're gonna have to do, is you're just gonna have to run back and forth. So I suggest finding like an open area where you have tons of room to run. Obviously, wherever you go, there's probably gonna be a lot of wild Pokemon, so just watch out for those just because they'll slow you down. But yeah, you're just gonna run around for a while. And eventually, especially because you have the Flame Body Pokemon, you'll get a Pokemon that hatches out of the egg. The Flame Body here is important because if you don't have a Pokemon with Flame Body, it's gonna take a lot longer for your eggs to hatch than if you did have one in your party. So I suggest just catching one. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to have anything specific. Look, I literally just ran into like 4 groups of these Karkles that you can easily catch. They're at like level 28, so you'll have no issues. I literally just threw a quick ball at mine because I needed it for the purposes of hatching these eggs. And oh, look, we have our first egg here. So let's take a peek and see what we get. You can also increase like the chances of your eggs being shiny by making different sandwiches. You can also give your Ditto certain items so that you can pass down certain IVs. You can do all kinds of stuff if you get into the super nitty gritty of breeding. But if you're just trying to hatch a couple of eggs, then this is literally the basics of how to do it. We have another egg hatching here for us. Let's see what we get from this one. If I get a shiny out of this, I would actually cry because I'm not going for that at all, but you know, a girl can dream. And if you are on the hunt for a Ditto, I did do an entire video dedicated to where you are able to find them. But let me show you the exact spot where I was able to find them. So the easiest place where I am able to find Ditto is if you fly over here to Medali, there is actually going to be this little trail right next to the city. There's the Pokemon Center right behind me. And if you run down into this little like, oh, one moment, I am currently hatching another Charmander. We'll give it a sec. Look at this Shroomish, just watching it all go down. They kind of match, the egg and the Shroomish. Adorable. Okay. Thank you, Charmander, for making an appearance. But what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to run down this trail until you're in between like these 2 little like cliff sides. And this is where I'm always able to find Dittos, especially because you're able to see which Pokemon are acting like out of character, which is the easiest way to find a Ditto. So like if there's a Persian that's not attacking you, chances are that it's not a Persian and that it's a Ditto. Like that one is going to currently try to wreck me. But yeah, I always find Dittos here. Like I said, I did make an entire video on how to actually spot the Dittos, so definitely check that one out. I'll link it below in case you are trying to find your own Ditto. Or if you are trying to breed for like IVs and stuff, the best way to do that is by doing 5 and 6 star raids so that you can get good IV Dittos. But as you can see, I've already hatched 10 of my Charmander. I only have 6 eggs left, so the Flame Body Pokemon definitely makes things a lot quicker. So 10 do recommend. But that is your crash course on how you are able to breed your Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Let me know down below if you want any other kind of breeding videos, like how to pass down IVs or any other characteristics from one of your Pokemon to another, or how to get shiny Pokemon out of breeding, whatever you guys need. Let me know down below if you want videos like that. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.